From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big noontime here in LA for your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we go over the incredible breaking news that unfolded Friday when Leader Schumer confirmed not one, but three things which I have been telling you that the fourth stimulus is going to the vote. In this recording, we go over the fourth stimulus package and that multiple stimulus checks. Then, in the second half of this recording, we'll go over the benefits that will be raised a lifetime under fifth stimulus, including my veterans. And then in the middle of this recording, we go over the big money that'll be landing your bank account, and to the thousands of viewers who've gotten it, and now it's your turn. It's a big noontime. It's a big Memorial Day, and we have all the incredible great news starting right now here on Noontime LALATE. Hey, good noontime, everybody. How are you doing? This is LA, direct from Santa Monica, live on air. Hope you're having a beautiful Memorial Day. And how's the weather and where are you tuning in from? Drop in the comments if you're watching me live or watching me later in the day. Drop in the comments where you're watching from and how's the weather. It's warming up. It's beautiful today. Not too hot and not too sunny. Just perfect weather here in Southern California. In this fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today, we go over that monthly stimulus check. We'll be comparing the House bill and the Senate proposal and go over the breaking news that happened minutes ago from Mayor Pete and the breaking details that happened on Friday from Leader Schumer. It's all incredible great news. Then, in the second half of this recording, we go over the benefits that'll be raised a lifetime. And those benefits and the changes, you're going to be really surprised, especially for my veterans. Then, in the middle of this recording, we go over the thousands of dollars that you can get right now, and it's absolutely wonderful. This is LALATE, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live in the morning like this broadcast and taped in the afternoon, coming up with Afternoons LALATE. So I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube one-year record. Subscribe right now. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power. Later in this video, a surprise announcement and also a special tribute. Let's get right into that fourth stimulus check right now. There is both a House bill and a Senate proposal. Let's compare how they play out. The House bill by Jalopal provides a monthly stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. The Senate proposal, on the other hand, provides a stimulus check for July to December. If you're on the live chat just after about 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, get ready to vote. Which one you like, House or Senate? But don't vote yet. Let's look at that monthly amount. Okay, here we go. The monthly amount from Jalopal's bill is $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. The Senate proposal, on the other hand, the amount monthly is unknown, but word on the street, it's this. Oh, wow, yes. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. That's per person. But let's go back to the macroeconomics that could be impacting Jalopal's bill. Jalopal provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year monthly. But insiders believe that the legislatures may contend that the pandemic's over. That would mean that Jalopal's bill provides a check for 12 months, which amounts to $13,000 over 12 months, compared to this over 6 months. Oh, yes. So now jump into the live chat or in the comments and vote House or Senate and tell me where you're watching from and how's the weather. House or Senate? All right, let's go over all the other incredible details you need to know about this fourth stimulus check. First, who gets it? My veterans do. And also you do if you make less than $75,000, single individual. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get it, double. Then if you are a family of four, you get the fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And if you are on benefits like a veteran, you get it as well. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits, amen. Then let's go over the other details. For stimulus, same amount of stimulus check for adult dependents, minor dependents, and everyone else. It would not come in a wave because there's no time to send out a monthly stimulus check in waves. It's not taken out for taxes because it's not income. And we don't know anything about the child care or the child support. But we do know that there's a representation from those legislators. Remember, I'm just a reporter. I'm not a legislator. They make the representations. And they reported that the vote would be no later than July 4th. That means that you would get the first check in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. And that's your fourth stimulus check updated 2021 to start. More in just a second with the breaking news from Mayor Pete and the breaking news from Leader Schumer. Oh boy, it is heating up, and no less than 8 other breaking stories. But first, here's a preview of the second half of this video. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over this stimulus and how they're going to raise up everyone's benefits, including my veterans, to a big new number that won't just be the highest number of a generation, but will change your benefits a lifetime. Oh boy, this is wonderful news. But first, let's cut to that big, wonderful money that viewers continue to get. You are killing it, viewers. You are just killing it, Purple Power. I don't go a single hour without a viewer dropping the comments to a live chat like now, dropping into the taped comments to a video, going on social media or somewhere else saying, I got some money. Either they got rent or utilities or mortgage help or SNAP. Congratulations. So I'm going to get you money starting right now. And if you've already got some money, I'm going to get you some more. Thousands of dollars. Get that pen and paper ready. Stay to the very end. I got a lot of money starting right now. $350 billion for you. Well, not all $350 billion for you. It's to share. It's third stimulus, and the third stimulus package provided $350 billion to go to cities and counties and states, and it landed this week, and it's landed next week. What is it for? It's for rent, utilities, mortgage help, and also homeowners utilities. How do you get it? I hope you get that pen and paper ready. I got all the details for you coming up right now. It's in 6 locations, and every location has different routing times, and every different location has different eligibility. So if you reach out to a respective location, they say no, go to the next one. Also, they have their own pot of money. All right, here we go. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. The words you use is rent assistance because of COVID. You don't use the word stimulus. And you also can say, of course, mortgage assistance because of COVID. You can also say Biden Economic Recovery Act. And there you go. That is your money for rent. Really exciting, great news. Now, how much money is this? It's a lot. It's about $5,000 for 4 to 6 months of rent. So go get it. Also money for utilities, mortgage assistance, and also homeowners assistance. All right, now I want to congratulate Tim, Linda, who got that money for rent in the last 2 days. Boy, oh boy, great job. Now let's turn to another pot of money, and I want to congratulate Lynn, who got this money for herself, for her mom, and an increase for her son. And it is SNAP. Oh boy. I'm going to go over how much it is, how you get it, when you get it, and what is it. Let's start with what is it. It is money for your food across the board. It is paid from Department of Agriculture. You're going to reach out to Department of Agriculture to get this money, DOA, or call 211 and they'll connect you over. How much money is it? It's a fortune. A family of 4 can now get upwards of $16,000 a year. Why so much in Hawaii? Because of 2 executive orders, wonderful executive orders, one from Biden and one from Trump, that raised everyone's SNAP benefits for 1 year till December. So wow, $16,000 for SNAP in Hawaii for a family of 4, $5,000 for rent. We are doing really well, and we are only 9 minutes of this video. We are killing it. But I got more money for you, and it's starting right now. It is $5,000 for one viewer. And it could be you as well. What is this? This is money coming back from your state. I'm going to go over how much it is, how you get it, and when you get it. All right, let's do it right now. How much money is it, and what is it? Well, the federal government has identified states as overpaying you unemployment benefits at some time in the last year due to computer error. And then asking you to return the money, and you did. Well, guess what? The federal government has stepped in and said, that was your money to keep, and has now ordered the states to return that money to you. Oh boy, this is good. So how are you going to get the money? To the bank account you have on file with your state. Then when are you going to get the money? Reach out to your respective state. Every state is different routing times. All right, the next pot of money. Before I get to this one, I want to thank this one viewer. This one viewer's actions embody the helpfulness of the purple power. 2 nights ago, he reached out to me in the overnight show, Overnight's Crypto, on this channel. It's a 15-hour show. It has nothing to do with unemployment benefits. But he knew that I was in the live chat and he wanted to find me so that he could share this message with you. He wanted you to know that the refund of unemployment benefits from the IRS, the taxes, he got his check on Friday. And he wanted you, as fellow followers of the Purple Power, to be informed and be positive because he got his check on Friday. And he wanted you to know that information. Wow. That is the embodiment of viewers helping viewers, going out of his way to make sure you got that information. All right, so let's now go over this money. How much is it? When are you going to get it? How do you get it? And what is the tracking tool? Okay, let's go over it. How much money is it? It's a lot. Another viewer got $2,000 for it. It is the taxes you paid to IRS on your 2020 tax return for that unemployment benefits from last year. Here's an example. Let's say you had $9,000 of unemployment benefits. Your total IRS tax bill of 2020, for example, was $5,000, of which $4,000 was your taxes on the unemployment benefits. Congratulations, you're getting back $4,000. Next, how? In the mail, unless you showed a direct deposit account on that 2020 tax return. So I want you to be surgically careful with the mail over the next few weeks, because that envelope that has the check in it is razor thin. I don't want you to displace or throw away that check. Beige or white envelope. Next, when are you receiving the check? It's important to understand that IRS's statements was that everyone's checks would be mailed in May, not that you would receive them in May. So you're going to receive them the first and second week of June, approximately, is what they're representing. That means that single filers, non-dependents like that individual, that viewer, first, then single filers with dependents, complex returns next, and then joint filers after that. There you go. But wait, I got something else. Yes. So if you want to track it, 75% of the time it works. Go to IRS.gov, sign in, set up a username and password. It's all free. Put your social security number in, then track your name under what's called a transcript search. And it'll show any activity on your social security number. First, the 2020 tax return you filed. Next, the taxes you paid on that 2020 return. And then third, the routing time for that return from IRS. Wow. Can it get better than that? It can. And it's the remainder of your fourth stimulus check updated 2021. Boy, it is really wonderful news. And it starts not with Mayor Pete's statement today, but Leader Schumer's statement on Friday. On Friday, Leader Schumer confirmed not one, not two, but three of the elements that I had been reporting to you for over 2 weeks. And he made that announcement exactly at the date and time in which I told you he was going to. I told you that on Friday he was going to announce that, one, that the reconciliation process was underway. He did. Number two, that he was going to announce that the final vote on the reconciliation process would be no later than July 4th. He did. And also, I said that he was going to announce that for purposes of the legislature, the bipartisan negotiations were over. And he did that as well. What did Mayor Pete say today? Mayor Pete said that while negotiations can continue at any time, at some point they have to end, and now's the point to end. Oh, wow. So let's see why this rolled out so quickly and so fast. It started over a week ago with Jalapal, who wrote that House bill, as you saw early in this video, for that fourth monthly stimulus check. Pandemic plus 1 year, $2,000, then $1,000. When Jalapal wrote that multiple stimulus check bill, over 100 House Democrats wrote the president a letter saying, we support Jalapal's bill and we will be putting that monthly stimulus check bill into the fourth stimulus package. So what did Jalapal do to get the ball rolling a week ago? Jalapal wrote Schumer a letter, and Pelosi, and that letter said, call the vote. What are we waiting for? Well, I guess that letter worked because that's what we're doing. We are now about to call the vote. I'll be going over the vote in a second. But it got even better because when Jalapal wrote that letter to Schumer, which he's now acted upon, it was co-signed by about a dozen House members. And among them are those that had signed that letter to the president asking for those multiple stimulus checks. Oh, boy. But it gets even better than that. A week ago this Friday, 7 House members wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to work with you on putting multiple stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. Now, work with you is a euphemism because the president doesn't write legislation. The legislators do. So they're writing the fourth stimulus check, these 7 people. But who are they? Guess what? They are on the House subcommittee that is solely, exclusively, and only responsible for writing stimulus checks ever. In the first stimulus package, in the second stimulus package, in the third stimulus package, they wrote it. And they will be writing the fourth one. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's wonderful news. I think Captain Obvious is looking in from outside. Maybe he has some barbecue ribs in his hands. But boy, that is incredible. Can it get better than that? It can. A week ago Friday, the President of the United States said, you know, I'm going to give it to the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. And then after that, we're not going to have any more bipartisan lunches. I'll have lunches with Jill. So what happened? That's exactly what happened, as Leader Schumer confirmed on Friday. Bipartisan negotiations are over. Away we go. The president can chat with whoever he wants to chat with going forward. But for purpose of holding up legislation, no more. And then it got even better on Tuesday. A little bit complicated, so let me slow this one down. The fourth stimulus is paid for by raising the U.S. corporate tax rate, currently at 21%. So what did the president do on Tuesday this last week? He reached out to global leaders around the country to talk about and get them to agree to, the G7 countries, a higher global corporate tax rate. What's a global corporate tax rate? It means that you won't move your corporation from the United States territories to, let's say, France, because the global corporate tax rate would be too high. So what did he then do later in the day? Because it's even better news. Well, he told insiders that after fourth stimulus is passed, he's going to go back to those global countries, those G7 countries, which tentatively have now agreed to the global minimum corporate tax rate of 15%, and get them to sign on the dotted line. And if they do, he's going to drop the U.S. corporate tax rate lower to where it is, back closer to where it is right now. Oh my God. So monthly stimulus checks and then dropping the corporate tax rate? Oh, can it get any better than that? It does. It got better than that. When on Wednesday, the Republicans introduced a counterproposal, and the president said, no, I'm not doing it. Call the vote. On Thursday, it got even better when those people you've been asking about, where are they? We haven't heard from them. Those Senate Democrats came forward and said, no deal, call the vote. And then on Friday, it finally happened. When Leader Schumer said, we are going to do the following. We are going to finish reconciliation, which we're already underway. We will finish it by July 4th. And we will no longer be holding up anything, not that we were, for bipartisan negotiations. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, Mayor Pete said today that we will no longer hold up anything, not that we were, for anything bipartisan. Away we go. Boy, it gets better than that, because in the second half of this video, I'm going to go over how the vote works for fourth stimulus. It gets exciting. And I got more about this stimulus and how that happens and how it's going to raise your benefits lifetime. But boy, I got something even more exciting for you. Free money for rent and utilities, and I want you to reach out to the volunteers. If you've had problems finding the money, you've made the effort to look for it, and you can't find it, don't worry. We have wonderful viewers just like you who have stepped forward. They are salt of the earth, and they'll help you find the money for you. They are on the community page. Where do you find the community page? Open the description to this video. Go down to the emoji where you see a picture of a house. Click on the link that sends you to the community page, news.lalate.com/community. The volunteers are there on the page. It has a picture of some kitty cats at the top of the page. Lower down are the volunteers, separated from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Reach out to them and they'll help you. But guess what? I'm back in 60 seconds with those exciting details. Still about fourth stimulus, fifth stimulus, a surprise announcement from me, and a salute to our troops coming up in just a second. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Noontime LALATE on this Memorial Day, live from Santa Monica. How are you? It's a beautiful day. The toast was toasted, but now the barbecue's barbecuing. How are you? Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in 1 year. Next stop, 1 million. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Coming up in the second half of this video, I'm going to go over 4 stimulus, 5th stimulus, special tribute, and a surprise announcement. So subscribe and hit that like button. And coming up in a second, a big surprise. So let's cut to 5th stimulus. 5th stimulus is absolutely wonderful, especially for my veterans. It heats up this fall with an add-on that is SSI and SSI reform. Let's go over the details and then I'll go over the specifics. They're going to raise the benefit limits, then add asset limits that are brand new, add inflationary benchmark, then remove the income exclusion, remove the marriage penalty. Okay, what does that all mean? Let me explain it to you, and let me tell you why this is a game changer. All right, first, how does this work? They will first raise up your benefits one big time under 5th stimulus. Who's you? My veterans and everyone else. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits, and everyone else. Next, they'll apply a new benchmark. What's the benchmark? Inflation. Now we all know what when inflation is. But the next question is, how does a benchmark work, and what really is a benchmark? Let me go over all the details of that benchmark right now. So a benchmark basically is what you get a letter for in December saying next year your benefits are either going to step up or stay the same. Remember, they only step up or stay the same. So we're trying to figure out what this inflationary rate then will be in December. Jeremy Siegel 2 weeks ago said it'll be 20%. That might be a little too high. The head of the Federal Reserve in Georgia said 4% in growth right now, maybe 10.5% growth by December. That sounds like about 7% inflation. And then we've had a lot of analysts say about 4 to 7% inflation. So let's use 6% inflation as an example. Well, this is how it will work. First, they would raise your benefits up one big time. Then, in December, they would apply the benchmark. Let's say the inflation rate is 6%. Then they would apply that benchmark and raise you up 6%. Not just for next year, but lifetime. Yes, because the way the benchmark works is once you go up, you never step down. So the inflation rate the year after is 0%, you're still at plus 6%. If for 5 years it's 0%, you're still at plus 6%. Lifetime. And if the inflation rate in 2 years from now is 2%, then you're at plus 6 plus 2%. Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. This is why the highest inflation rate of a generation this fall would change your benefits lifetime through the roof. It's wonderful news, folks. So that is how it starts. Now, what else are they going to do for this reform? They're going to remove the asset cap. The asset cap is 1980s law. It's going to go away that says you can't hold more than $3,000 on hand, just in time to get that gone before you get those stimulus checks in your hand. Next, they're going to remove the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work. Now you'll be able to work and still stay on benefits. And finally, they're going to remove the marriage penalty. Awful. It's horrible. It prevents you from getting benefits if you're married and then stops you from getting married because you fear of losing your benefits. Now the marriage penalty is going to go away and love is going to win. You will be able to marry your longtime love interest, not lose benefits, and if you are married, not be penalized. Wow, that's wonderful. So when would this stimulus start? September, out the door, likely to impact your benefits. They represent about October, November, and then the letter coming in December for your check step up next year. All right, so that's fifth stimulus. But it's important to understand that while fifth stimulus I discussed right there is for that item. There's a lot of other items of fifth stimulus. The president calls the fifth stimulus package the American Family Plan, but it's a wrong name because there's a lot of things in there for single people. For single people, for hazard pay, single people, for seniors who are single or widowers. And guess what? In a 30-minute video that's currently at 25 minutes, I never have time to cover everything that's in the fifth stimulus or the fourth stimulus or the third stimulus. So that's the value of considering being a member. The member link's at the top of the chat in the pinned comment. Members every day get sent to them a PDF and delineation of everything that's in the fifth, the fourth, and the third stimulus packages. So you know the money you're entitled to that I can't cover in a single video. Now, if you can't be a member, then at least subscribing. Why? Because we're 30 days away from the month of July, which will be a very crowded month for legislation. And if you look at the legislation, you may get confused in the month of July. Here's an example. In the month of July, there's a budget bill going to vote. Not this budget bill, another budget bill. Yeah. In the month of July, there's potential votes on other Jalapal standalone bills. Not this one. In the month of July, there's stimulus checks going out. Not fourth stimulus, third stimulus also. Oh yeah, we're that complicated in the month of July. So I don't want you to miss anything across the board. So at least subscribe. Now, with Veterans Day, I want to, with what is going on across the board, I want to give a special salute out to my veterans and active member troop, my active member service members. I want to thank you for your service to our country. Because of what you have done, both as an active service member or as a veteran, our country is a free and safe country where we are not in fear of being invaded. Our territories and our borders are safe. We live not in fear of foreign countries invading us, and that is because of your service to our country. So I thank you and God bless you. I also thank your family members that have supported you through all your times as well. So I really support you on this wonderful Memorial Day, and I encourage other viewers to do the same. This channel started with me dedicated to you and all the information you need to know, along with all my other beneficiaries. When this channel started, I had no less than 100 subscribers. I made a video, one of many, about SSI, SSDI, Social Security, veterans, and RB. And the reason I made that video was because no one was explaining to you if you were entitled to a second stimulus check. People thought they were not. I made the video and it went viral. 3 million views, never heard of in YouTube space, especially in financial, for a channel just of 200 subscribers. In fact, many channels that are very big to this day never go to 3 million views in just one video. Why? Because no one was answering your questions, and that's what I aspired to do. As second stimulus checks went out, I continued a coverage of veterans because the Veterans Administration gave different guidelines as to whether you had to do a non-fire filing to or not. And then as third stimulus checks went out, we saw that some veterans on this channel got checks initially, but others didn't. And then the VA gave a separate waive just for veterans, which I detailed first and only among channels. So that is my commitment to you, and I thank you. And I continue to be committed to all the information you need going forward. And with that, let's go back to fourth stimulus. Now, another thing that you need to know going into Tuesday is that we have a smaller, wonderful, kind group of people in the live chats now over Memorial Day weekend. But after Memorial Day weekend, you know what's going to happen, people. There's going to be someone jumping into noontime LA at 12 noon or 11 o'clock if I start on time. And they're going to be saying, just start the voting. You don't care. If you had voted on this yesterday, we would have had our stimulus check. It only takes 1 day to vote. When you finish that 1 day to vote, we'll get our stimulus check. Well, you know, if you tune in today, that that's not the case. There's 9 steps to approve a reconciliation vote. And so what I encourage you to do is take the information from this video, which I'm about to share with you right now, and bring that positivity and information to viewers that may be confused after the Memorial Day weekend. They may think that a stimulus check can go out in 1 day. So let's go over the 9 steps for the voting process that now is starting and has to go all through to get to the finish line. It's required by the Constitution, not required personally by any individual. The Constitution requires this to be done. Step 1. The first half is all procedural votes. The second half is all substantive votes. Step 1. The House subcommittee has to call procedural vote on the procedural bill. Step 2. The House floor calls a vote on the procedural bill. Step 3. The Senate calls a vote on the procedural bill. Step 4. The President signs a procedural bill. At this point, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Time to go get the tow hitch, the substantive bill. Step 5. The House subcommittee votes on the substantive bill. That is what we were talking about earlier in this video with those House Ways and Means Committee members writing the multiple stimulus checks if they do it at that level. Step 6, the House floor votes on the substantive bill. Step 7 and 8, the 2-day vote-a-rama, in which the senators vote on amendments and can introduce a multiple stimulus package, multiple stimulus check provision if the House members didn't, or can modify theirs by amendment. And then step 9, the president signs into law. There you see that it's not a one-day step. It's not a 2-day step. It's a 9-day voting, it's a 9 voting step process that the Constitution requires. But guess what? With the purple power, we're not going to roll over. So the next few days, you're going to see the purple power roll out in full force as well. Finally, a special surprise for you. Last night, this channel tried out not 2, which is usually the case, but 3 overnight throwback videos. And the third was a massive hit, rolled out in the late evening on the West Coast at about 10 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It was a massive hit. So with that, we're going to expand one more. Now, 4 overnight throwback videos in addition to our regular new slate of programming, including our Overnights Crypto. So with that, I'm so excited for you to join me next on Afternoons LA. This is about 2 hours from now. So hit that subscribe button. Then after that is Evenings LA, and then Evenings Crypto. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and pinned comment. Send a big salute to your troops in the comments and your active service members and your veterans. Stay informed, stay focused, stay positive, and stay with LA for more.